overarching theme for 2015 has to be just growth and explosion in number of devices which we are on and which we'll get on to collect this kind of data, right? So at the heart of Alphonso is a system that enables all sorts of OEMs, whether it's TV or smart devices like set-top boxes or living room devices or mobile apps, to be able to collect data on what people are watching on those devices in real time. And what 2015 has done for not just us, for the entire market, it has just opened this up. There are a large number of OEMs bringing this data to the market. We are part of supporting some of them and bringing it with them. And that trend is just massive. The other side, which is just doubling down on that, is the buy side. And so there is a thirst for data-driven TV data, viewership-driven, real-time TV data-driven advertising, and being able to retarget these audiences using this data has been just huge and a very massive growth area. If you look at it, this is kind of, you see a continuum of growth and progress of convergence. We didn't have smart devices. We were doing linear buys on TV. We were doing disconnected buys on digital. And companies like RentTrack or TRA, TiVo Research, brought data sets which enabled us to better understand the audience. But those data sets were not real time. They were slightly time delayed, whether it's a few weeks or a month. They were not comprehensive. There were modeling involved. And what Alphonso and some others have done in this space is taken out those approximations in the equation. We're still not at the national census scale by any means, but the scale you have in these TV data companies catching it in real time now brings an element of targeting that's real time and highly granular. So you can target, I am a Jaguar, I'm running a TV ad, I can target exactly the people who have watched my TV ad on television on the same day on a digital device within the same few minutes. And that wasn't possible a few years ago. So smart devices are obviously part of the equation, proliferation of mobile is part of the equation, and technology like ours, which enable harnessing this data in real time, is part of the equation. All of those coming together is causing this. It is insane what's happening and what will continue to happen. The growth in this is driven by macro factors. More mobile usage, more smart TVs being shipped, internet connected devices being everywhere, and our software continues to get on more and more devices, collecting this data at larger scale. I think in the next 3 years, we will probably have some form or the other software running or hardware running and collect data from all devices. So if you think about the world as it's changing, 2016 means a big wave of data coming in. And it also happens to coincide with the election year and Olympics. That's going to be so much fun because election year means big election spend, but it also means pressure on TV spots. The inventory reduces. Election year inventory is cheaper and they have price ceilings. That means traditional brands who were spending and want to spend more have some other venues to find that same audience. Olympics obviously is a whole new area of thing. So we think a lot more growth on distribution, a lot more growth on media spend, and it's just going to be great. We have not just thinking around it, we know we have dollars. So there are now at least a dozen brands, or maybe even more, this year who have committed their linear TV budgets to Alphonso. When Alphonso goes to market, we work with both the digital and the TV guys, but where we find the most success is when we are talking to the intermediate media planner who's looking at both. And that's where the big dollars are coming from. Now, the way people are thinking about it is not just, I'm deploying the TV dollars this way, but how do I measure it? For example, deploying dollars with Alphonso allows them to measure how TV is performing in the first place. Taking Alphonso data, marrying it to third-party data sets on location, tells a retailer if TV drove enough people to retail. And then, of course, we want to show if TV plus Alphonso was working, it drove increased visitation to that dealership or to that retail location. And that trend is not abating. The fact that upfront this year were softer means those dollars are flowing. They flow to scatter, they flow to addressable, they also flow to digital, but they also flow to Alphonso-like things which are sitting and straddling both worlds.